Listen, if you like it, I love it. I'm following your lead on this.
This is uncharted territory. These are conversations we never.
Things happens only one time because it was so hard to really express that. I talked to him about that, him and the whole team at the office and in front of the big screen with. So I sat down with Dave. I was like, man.
No, what's up with your son, man? He's still your son. That's my nephew.
Kanye West is stirring chaos again. And this time, it's got nothing to do with beats, sneakers, or Sunday service. The Chicago icon's newest stunt has fans completely torn. Some are laughing, others are disgusted, and most just can't look away. Things got so wild that even Harlem legends Mase and Cam'ron couldn't resist jumping in.
Happened, and I love to just share the story because I felt so, I was traumatized by it because it wasn't like something, you a kid, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just do what you see, and then you're told that it's wrong afterwards. And then you're told it's wrong, and then you're made to be embarrassed about what you did, or it's like, this is who you are for the rest of your life. That shit was like blocked out of my head for like 10 years. And I knew that once that it was expressed, because I had people around me that was like, yo, take it to your grave. It's like.
On their show, It Is What It Is, they went off on Ye, roasting his so-called freaky rollout and calling him out for once again flipping madness into marketing. So here's exactly how it all went down. Kanye just dropped a new project, but instead of a regular rollout, he went full-on bizarre with it. Reports say he threw these secret art shows where models pulled up in strange outfits, surrounded by wild symbols and weird setups that left everyone wondering, is he selling music or straight up madness? Kanye's always been about breaking rules, but this time, even his most loyal fans were side-eyeing hard. Things got real once a clip from his promo leaked online. And that's when Mase and Cam'ron jumped in on It Is What It Is. They didn't hold back one bit. Cam was cracking up mid-sentence saying, "Man, Kanye out here promoting his album like he's running a haunted house." It was pure comedy and chaos all at once. Mase fired off with a line that had everyone cracking up. "That ain't marketing. That's a midlife crisis in HD." The whole studio was dying laughing, but behind the jokes, there was real truth in what they were saying. Mase broke it down, saying Kanye used to stand for creativity with meaning. Now it's just pure chaos dressed up for the cameras. He called it out straight. He keeps trying to outsmart the industry, but now it looks like he's just battling himself.
What he said about you?
Yeah, that's why I'm talking to you. Because I don't usually talk to who once they I don't go back. I don't go back and forth once you admit you That's just me. Right.
Well, real quick, just for context, can I read what he said? Because the audience is probably like, but what did he say? So Ye, in a deleted tweet, he said, "How Cam say I'm doing anything bad for Chicago? Chicago loves me. I love Cam. It's like you that had me shook to release the song." But
Cam'ron backed him up, saying Kanye's gone from genius to straight gimmick with these wild rollouts. And honestly, they weren't wrong. Every few months, Ye does something outrageous to stay trending, but fans are starting to say it's not shock value anymore. It's straight up desperation. What made this whole moment iconic was how Mase and Cam'ron mixed jokes with real talk. They weren't just roasting, they were teaching. Cam locked eyes with the camera and said, "Kanye's problem is he don't got nobody around him saying, 'Bro, chill.' Everyone's too scared to check him." That line hit deep, because it's true. The old Kanye had real ones who kept him grounded. Now, it feels like he's surrounded by yes men and wild ideas that nobody dares to question. Fans online backed Mase and Cam instantly, saying they spoke what everyone else was thinking. The internet went crazy, flooding Ye's posts with clown emojis and memes calling his rollout the freak show nobody asked for.
I ain't scared of y'all typing it. And thank you for making Dipset, you're a god, and you, by the way. And I got on my $2 million Dipset belt as I tweet.
It might have been a phase.
So what Cam is saying is that his whole phase is up. he can have his whole phase deleted.
Listen,
that's what Drea said.
No, you could delete being a hoe.
Because honestly, with everything going on in the world, Kanye's latest move looked less like art and more like straight up attention chasing at its worst. Let's be real. Kanye's been pulling wild moves for years. From stepping out dressed like a robot to marrying someone who looks just like his ex, the man's been living in controversy like it's part of his contract. But this latest stunt, it might have finally crossed that line for good. Even Mase, the calm, spiritual one, couldn't hold back this time. He said, "This ain't about art no more. It's about ego." And honestly, he's right. Kanye's not selling music these days. He's selling himself. Cam jumped in like me. Bro, I used to think Kanye was ahead of his time. Now it's like he's stuck trying to shock people who don't even care anymore. That line hit hard, and everyone in the studio nodded. Because let's be real, Ye's wild antics used to mean something. Back in the day, his crazy had a purpose.
Put out a song, I'm just saying, if you put out a song and you putting out music the last 20 years, and this is the first song saying that your little cousins, and this is the reason he may be in jail, we not allowed to say nothing about that? You ain't been, you got 3, 4, 5 albums, Grammys, we ain't here no sucking on none of these other joints. Now it's that's what I'm saying. We had motherfucking good morning, dinner. They like good morning, you know, the other shit with Pusha T. We don't hear no.
Now, it just feels flat out messy. The leaked footage showed what really went down at Kanye's so-called art event. Mannequins everywhere, blood red lights, and eerie visuals flashing while he played unreleased tracks.
And about seconds, so the first time you talking about you molested your little cousin, we not allowed to talk about it? Come on, bro. That gotta stop. 100 other talk about it. Same thing with other people. 100 other mention it. But when Cam say something, it's like you you said you. All right, we didn't know that. We're talking about it. Then you said after that, all that you gay. Okay, if you gay, fine, you gay. I didn't know. You're a public figure. Not only just a public figure, you're a superstar, or was a superstar. Well, I don't know if you was or is or what. You're going to talk about when you say you Kanye, and that's just what happened.
Some fans called it performance art, while others swore it looked like some kind of ritual. Either way, nobody could agree. Was Kanye being a genius or just trolling the whole internet again? Then Mase dropped a line that hit everyone right in the gut, something that made the laughter fade for a second. Mase hit the room with some truth. There's a big difference between being misunderstood and being manipulative. He said Kanye's been playing both sides for years, pulling wild stunts every time an album's about to drop. It's like he knows exactly how to bait attention. Politics, religion, shock imagery, whatever it takes to stay trending. Kanye might have mastered the game of being unpredictable, but this time, people feel like he's lost the humanity behind it. Then Cam'ron jumped in with a savage punchline, laughing, "I'm surprised he ain't start selling freaky merch to go with it. He'd probably drop a candle that smells like confusion. The whole studio lost it." But behind the laughs, Cam was speaking facts. He said Kanye's legacy is getting buried under too many headlines and not enough hits. "You can't keep trolling your fans and still expect respect," Mase said. And fans online ran with it.
Giving him a pass.
I can't give him no pass.
I'm not going back and forth.
I didn't hear all that, but
we talked about it last week.
I gotta walk away.
He put out a record and saying he had sex with his cousin, and I'm actually trying to find the cousin. I want to interview the cousin. I'm trying to find, so anybody who knows this cousin that he's talking about and what jail he's in, we're willing to go to the jail to do the interview with the cousin who's been molested during life right now.
People started flooding comments saying Mase and Cam were the only real ones brave enough to hold Ye accountable.
And we're actually on the hunt to find him personally at this personal moment, to find out exactly what Kanye did to him led to him being in this situation right now. Because Kanye said this is potentially why he could be doing life in jail, because he molested his younger cousin. If you gay, I like the fact that you admit that you gay. I don't like people that's in the closet and don't say they gay and they act like they straight. Just look, we're in 2025, you gay, you gay. It's all good. If you like on your personal time, that's what you like to do. I can't get mad at that. That's what you like.
Others argued Kanye's gone so deep into playing a character that he doesn't even know who he is anymore. And that's what made this convo hit different. It wasn't just about Kanye being weird. It was about how fame can twist even the most creative minds into thinking attention equals art. For Mase and Cam, the problem wasn't just Ye's freaky rollout. It was the message behind it. They're sick of seeing artists rely on shock value instead of skill. Like Mase said, if you need controversy to sell records, maybe the music ain't strong enough. Maybe the music just ain't hitting like it used to, Mase said, and you could feel the weight behind those words. See, Mase and Cam actually know Kanye. They all came up in that golden era where talent spoke louder than gimmicks. That's why their words hit harder than any internet troll ever could. They've watched Kanye evolve, from a genius producer to a global icon, and now to someone chasing headlines instead of hits.
Seemingly admits to performing sexual acts on his cousin after they saw two men kissing in an X-rated magazine when they were kids. I s***ed my cousin's till I was 14.
What happened at 14?
Taste buds get a little stronger. Puberty starts to kick in. Your taste buds either get stronger or they change. You don't eat the same things you did when you was a kid. Kanye is so mad that Shannon Sharp took the headline. You admitted to y'all don't know is that is in practice.
Every wild stunt just chipped away a little more at that legendary credibility. Mase got reflective and said, back in the day, Ye had soul.
Paris wasn't about the country.
I forgot.
Paris was the name of a person. My cousin, I'm gonna be honest with you, I saw that headline. I said, what am I supposed to do with this information?
Well,
I s***ed my cousin till I was 14. Okay. I don't think you stop. Once you get that oral fixation, you know what I'm saying? People that used to smoke cigarettes don't stop. They move on to something else. Vapes or the nicotine gum. You're always gonna have that oral fixation. Let me go look at the lyrics of this.
We need to get through the wire.
I need to see if we missed.
He had passion. Now he just got Wi-Fi and followers. That line broke the internet. Fans were quoting it everywhere. It captured exactly what people have been thinking. Kanye used to create from the heart, but now it feels like he's creating for the algorithm. Cam'ron took it deeper, saying Kanye's biggest problem is that he's hooked on controversy. He figured out a long time ago that drama gets more clicks than music, Cam said. So he just keeps doubling down. But at some point, people get tired. And that's the truth. Even Kanye's most loyal fans are starting to drift away, fed up with the nonstop chaos. Now, every time you drop some new wild idea, folks don't even get excited. They just roll their eyes and move on. That's when Mase shifted the whole tone and got spiritual with it. He said Kanye's behavior looks like someone trying to fill a void that money and fame just can't fix. You can have the whole world watching you and still feel empty inside, Mase said. And that line hit deep. It wasn't even shade, it was pure perspective.
How to bring up his name to you, what's your first thoughts?
Kanye, he play crazy with who he want to play crazy with. You know what I'm saying? That crazy when it's convenient.
Yeah.
You know
Facts.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly on that, bro.
That's what I think.
Yeah. Exactly. It's beneficial.
Every time I see Kanye, I've seen Kanye about 2.
That's what makes Mase and Cam different from the usual internet talkers. They'll clown you, but they'll still speak the truth behind the jokes.
About a year and a half, 2 years, about a year and a half ago, was saying as a mother. What's up, Cam? You need some beats? I'm like, yeah, fuck around, man. Yo, all right, cool, man. It's like, yo, I might fuck around with you tonight. You going to Tully? Like, I'm just going to Tully and Bob. I pause. I like talking about beats. I'm like, all right, cool. 2 days later, going crazy on the news and all type of shit. Every time I see Kanye, he's perfectly fine.
Yeah. And
Cam couldn't help himself, though. He threw in one last jab, laughing. He probably gonna watch this and drop a song about us next week? He loved attention too much to stay quiet. The whole room cracked up, and fans online knew he wasn't lying. Kanye's the type who feeds off being talked about, even when it's all criticism. And just like that, the clip blew up, viral everywhere within hours. Fans started flooding social media with side-by-side clips of Kanye's old videos versus his new promos. writing things like, "This ain't the same yet." Even his day one supporters had to admit, he's gone too far this time. One fan commented, "He used to push the culture. Now he just pushes our buttons." But here's the twist. Mase and Cam weren't trying to cancel him, they were trying to remind him. They wanted Ye to remember that his real power came from authenticity, not all these shock antics. Mase dropped the line of the night, saying, "You can't preach genius if you lost your balance." And then added that Harlem truth, "You can't lead when you've lost yourself." That hit harder than any punchline. Right after that episode dropped, the internet exploded with reactions. Some fans praised Mase and Cam for keeping it real, while others accused them of hating on Kanye's creativity. But let's be clear, this wasn't hate, it was tough love. Harlem style. The kind that doesn't sugarcoat a thing, but still comes from a place of respect. When two legends like Mase and Cam'ron speak on you, it ain't clout chasing, it's accountability. These are men who've lived the highs, the lows, and everything in between. They know what it's like to be idolized, to fall off, and to fight their way back to the top. When Mase and Cam look at Kanye now, they see a man walking a dangerous line, blurring art with obsession and faith with fame. Cam said it straight up. We all got egos, but when your ego starts running your creativity, you turn into a puppet for your own image. That bar hit hard. Mase co-signed it, saying, "He used to fight for the culture. Now he's fighting for clicks." That's the sad truth. Kanye went from inspiring people to confusing them. But even after roasting him, both Mase and Cam made it clear they weren't coming from hate. Cam said, "We not mad at him. We just wish he'd get back to making music that meant something, instead of all these freaky stunts." Mase nodded, adding, "He's still one of the greatest, but he gotta stop acting like the only way to be seen is to be extreme." Fans flooded the comments showing nothing but love. Some said Mase and Cam are the only ones who can talk about Kanye and actually make sense, because they mix humor with honesty and that raw Harlem edge that never fakes for nobody. In the end, this whole situation proved one thing. Mase and Cam ain't just hosts cracking jokes. They're voices of reason in a culture that's losing touch with authenticity. They speak for the fans who miss when music spoke louder than the drama, when artists didn't need chaos just to stay relevant. Their words cut through all the noise, reminding everyone that real art doesn't need to scream to be heard. As for Kanye, the ball's in his court now. Maybe he'll laugh it off. Maybe he'll clap back. Or maybe, just maybe, he'll finally listen. Because when Harlem legends tell you you're tripping, it's not gossip. It's a wake-up call. So yeah, Mase and Cam torched Kanye for his freaky marketing move, but they also dropped a message that hit deeper than the jokes. Real impact don't need shock value. It needs substance. If you're rocking with this breakdown, make sure to smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on your notifications. 'Cause trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next.